Hope you're having a freaking awesome week. Thursday, it's racing by. Look, this is... Hey, legends. Hope you're having a freaking awesome week. It's Thursday's flying by. If this is helpful for you, or if you're coming in live, please chuck a comment down live or replay. Because so often, I chat to men, I've got a specific client who's actually done this and gone through it. Like, you get home, like, work's been stressful, even on the drive, like, the traffic's a pain in the ass, the employees or something's happened at work that's just really wound you up, and by the time you get home, you're just dragging all that shit in with you, bring it in the front door, the missus asks, like, how was your day? It's like, it was fine. The kids, one of them breaks something, or they trip over something, or they just do something stupid, and you just snap, and it's just that anger and all that stress just overflows, and you pile it onto your wife, you pile it onto the kids, you pile it onto all your family. And later on in the day, you sit there, you're regretful, you're gutted at yourself for, not being the man that you want to be. Your wife's still angry with you, and you're trying to kind of mull that over, and that causes a sort of a flow-on effect of more arguments, because you're trying to nurse her back to how she was, and then she's pissed off with you because you've already done this, so you're pissed off now that she can't get over the fact that you were stressed out from work, and it just compiles and compiles and compiles. And I have this awesome client. I've been working with him for a few years now, and one of the major things that he had was he was always at this point where at work, he owns his own building company, at work, his employees were always churning over. They always felt like they were walking on eggshells, because they were worried when the next time was that he was going to snap, because he was under so much pressure all the time, keeping the business going, keeping his family together, providing, and never really had this time for himself. And then when he got home, of course, he did exactly what I was explaining. He would drag all his stress from work. One of the boys had fucked up on the job site, then he had to deal with the repercussions with it, had to chat with the clients, then that overflowed, and he just dragged the stuff home with him. When his wife asked how his day was, it was a, yeah, fine, or it was shit. And then this overlapping concept of stress and anger then went on to his wife. He then went on to having a kid, and it was the same problem. He was like, fuck, I'm overwhelmed, I'm stressed, work's stressing me out, I get home and I drag it home. And he came to me and he said, look, I've tried all these things. I've tried looking after myself and doing, like, he used to run and do marathons. He thought that'd be a way to get out of him. He'd tried dieting to try and do this. He'd tried looking into relationship counseling, and everything he did, nothing really made the change. Now, there is a real root cause to this that we talk about all the time. We call it a hierarchy of health, and it's so important. However, I want to give you something that you can use like today. Like, just straight away, you can take it with you when you're driving home in traffic today, when you finish up work, before you do it, you can get home and you can have a much better connection with your partner, a much better connection with your family, and actually feel like you are the man that you want to be. You're not just the guy providing for the family financially. You're actually the dad you want to be to your kids. They look up to you. They're not scared. They're not walking around on eggshells, worried about, fuck, when is dad going to snap next? When is he going to go off the handle at me for something that, when you look back on it, shit, poor kid. He was just trying his best and he broke something, or he was just trying to show his dad something. And the same with your partner, like showing her that you are the man that often it's the person that she met ages ago when you were fun loving and really enjoying life and the stress wasn't there. Being able to show her that, yeah, you are that man. You can be that guy again, and rekindle that flame, that passion that everybody wants in their relationship. So I want to give you something real quick, real easy, that you can use like, boom, instantaneously. So if you're a person who works away, so you don't work at home, so you go to your job and you're on your way home. Now, this time between your job and home can be one of two things. It can be fucking stressful because traffic is shit, there's idiot drivers on the road, and it's triggering all the way home, and it makes the day happen even worse. And you're mulling over all the issues at work that were happening, and you're trying to figure out, how the fuck do I fix that? Why did he blunder that? What am I going to do now? That's another whole 40 hours of work that we need to redo. So how do you then get to a place where when you come home, you're this man you want to be? So I'm going to give you a simple tip. So as you're driving home, once you arrive at your driveway, okay, rather than on the road where it's all stressful. Take that time, I call it just simple transition time, where you're in your car, you're in your van, whatever it is, and you take the time to decompress. So all that stuff there, you either write the notes on your phone of what you need to do so it's out of your mind, you de-stress, you take what James walks through, some incredible breathing activities, because it's the box breath, 4 breaths in, hold for 4 breaths out. You take this transition time. Once you leave your vehicle, it's like you've left it there. You know, it's all there for you tomorrow. You can deal with it then, and the list is there, but it gives you a chance to really walk in and be the present partner you want to be the present father you want to be, and be the man that you want to be, rather than the guy that just provides financially and, you know, everything else is kind of to the wayside. So that's a really simple thing that you can do. You can do it today when you get home from work. It's a real simple change, and it is drastic. So the guy that I've worked with used this simple trick. We obviously did a lot more stuff to go for the root cause, which we talk about in here. But once he did this, his relationship transformed with his wife, like absolutely transformed. He now, his employees in his work love working for him. Like, they absolutely love it. They're like, dude, you have transformed. You have completely changed. They verbalize it to him. They're like, man, I used to feel like I was walking around in eggshells. Now I love coming to work. He focuses on the things that they want to achieve as well, and he gets so much more out of his workers, and he no longer has this continual churn of employees, having to hire, fire, retrain, all these sorts of things. So it's a really simple exercise. If it's helpful, please comment helpful, and if you have any other questions, please fire them down below. Hope you have an epic day, guys. Coming to the end of the week, so hope you've got some adventures planned for the weekend as well. Big love to you. Catch you later, and have an awesome weekend.